So I think it's safe to say that one of the most highly requested DLCs for Grand Theft Auto Online is a Cops and Crooks update or some sort of police expansion. We had something like that in Grand Theft Auto 4's version of multiplayer, but it wasn't a full-fledged update to the kind of DLCs we've come to expect and know in Grand Theft Auto Online. And of course, if there was a police-style DLC, you would imagine that more cop cars would be added into the game. And that's what we're going to be discussing today. We're going to be taking a look at some new police vehicles that are essentially cop variants of existing ones we have in the game. What I didn't want to do was just grab random Lamborghini police-style vehicles or McLaren or Ferrari police-style vehicles. I wanted to grab ones that were existing versions of the ones we see in the game right now so that you could get a better idea of what police vehicles or concepts of police vehicles could be transformed from the cars we already have in Grand Theft Auto Online. So we're going to be taking a look at supercars day, sports cars, some fun ones, and a whole lot of other stuff in between. Let me know which one is your favorite in the comments section down below. But without the way, let's not waste any more time and let's get it started. All right, so the first vehicle we're going to be looking at today is the Police Zentorno. I think this one looks amazing. So you know the Zentorno is based off of a Lamborghini Centenario, and the sleek design of this car goes perfectly for a police variant. The lights are built into the grille, to the taillights. You also have the lights on top, which looks amazing. The police and its awesome kind of white and blue pattern on the door. This looks absolutely incredible. If there was going to be a supercar police car, I think the Zentorno would be up there for the absolute, like, one of the first 2 or 3 that should have been made. So that right there is awesome. I would have loved to have been able to put some of the other Zentorno-style customization on this car, but unfortunately that wasn't available, like the big wing or anything like that. It still looks amazing, and that is the first new vehicle we're going to be looking at today, the Zentorno Supercar. All right, vehicle number 2. This one's kind of a hybrid because on the back it's Truffade, on the front it's Bugatti, but I thought it was close enough, and that is the Police Adder. So there's actually, believe it or not, vehicles like this in very wealthy nations like the Dubais and the United Arab Emirates of the world. They actually have police-style supercars like this, which is just nuts to think about. But this one looks amazing. The lights in the grille look so good, as well as on the tail lights too. They look absolutely incredible. Probably the Zentorno and the Adder would be like my top 2 choices for police-style vehicles, supercar-wise, and you can see the sirens on the top look amazing too. Now, one of the things Rockstar kind of missed the ball on, in my opinion, was giving the Adder that retractable spoiler. Now, they ended up doing that with the Nero, and I think it looks really good. So if they did a police version of a Bugatti, I wonder if they would include that retractable spoiler too. Because to me, once again, that's one of the best features we have on cars like the T20 and the Nero. And I think it would look awesome on the Adder as well. So that is the Adder Supercar police version. All right, vehicle number 3 today, and even though it doesn't have any sirens or lights, I think this one looks so menacing, and that is the Debauchee Massaro police car. So the Massaro, I believe, is based off of like the Aston Martin, either DB9 or 11, or something like that. I know it's a high-end Aston Martin, and this looks so good. So with this one, a lot of the upgrades we were able to do put different or more police-style liveries on the vehicle itself. So you can see just how awesome this looks in kind of a black and white style with that big wing on the back. So this would be our sports car variant, our Aston Martin version of the police vehicle. And this just, of course, looks so good. It would look even better with sirens, but unfortunately the vehicle that I added into the game did not have a siren attachment. But the Massaro in general, I think, is an unbelievable vehicle. And if you were to add a police variant to it, it would look really cool too. And we've seen Rockstar mess around with the Massaro. There's the regular version and the race car version. So who's to say they couldn't end up doing a police version too? That'd be pretty awesome. All right, vehicle number 4, in my opinion, is equally as awesome because of the different modifications we can do. Once again, it doesn't have sirens, but this is the Jester Sports Car Police Edition. So on the spoiler, the skirt, and the front bumper, we applied upgrades to this vehicle, and we received different police livery modifications, like police written on the wing, the American flag on the skirts, and then 911 and a bunch of other digits written on the front bumper. So I think this one looks absolutely amazing too. I want to say the Jester is based off of the Acura NSX, which is kind of like a supercar sports car hybrid. So I think this one is actually really awesome. Like I said, as far as sports cars go, the Massaro and the Jester would be amazing examples of what police vehicles should be. It would also look unbelievable with sirens. And just like with the Massaro, we've seen Rockstar experiment with the Jester. They have their regular version, the race car version. So once again, who's to say that they couldn't do a police variant? I think that would be really cool. All right, moving on to our next vehicle, it is the police Hakachu bike. So we only have one police bike in the game, and it's kind of that like old school slow bike. I think it would be awesome if there was a police variant of a super bike, and that's kind of what we have right here in the Hakachu, which I want to say is a vehicle that came out like in 2014, maybe like 2015. I'm really not too sure, but it's a pretty quick bike. And it looks awesome in a police variant. Now, our character looks a little bit awkward on it as they're like hunched over like they were in a super bike position rather than a police bike one, but it still looks awesome. I love the sirens on the back. I think that looks pretty cool. I love the LSPD kind of bags on the side. So it is kind of like that police bike, super bike hybrid that I think looks really good. So that would be another warm welcome addition to the game if we had at least one more police bike, because we have a ton of variants of police cars, but only one police bike. Okay, the next vehicle we're going to be looking at today I think is awesome, and that is the police variant of the tow truck. So essentially it changes the paint job to black and white, adds police style liveries, and it's a tow truck. You can tow other vehicles with it. So what I'm doing right now is towing the police Jester, which is cool. This might actually have more of a use if Rockstar were to introduce more police-style missions. So, for example, I think like the first mission you did as Franklin was to literally tow a car. So I think that'd be pretty funny if Rockstar either paid homage to that or had their own sort of tow truck-style mission for a police update. Like I said, I'm not sure how they would really incorporate that or honestly how they would make it work, but I think it could be pretty fun. And a police variant of a tow truck looks pretty cool. And as you can see in this video right here, it definitely is pretty cool too. All right, after that, we have the most polished car that I'm going to be showing off to you guys today, and that is the police variant of the Bravado Grizzly. So the Bravado Grizzly is kind of like a crossover SUV. Honestly, I didn't even know this car really existed until I was going through this mod, and I was like, wait a minute, that's a car you can get in game? It must be a Simeon one, because he picks all like the rare ones that no one drives. But regardless, this one still looks pretty cool. You can see how polished it is. It has police on the side and a black and white paint job with the sirens built into the bull bar in the front and on the rear and on the top. You have the aerials, you have the police radio, as well as a badge on the hood too. Like I said, this is probably the most complete car that we've got today. It looks very clean, very smooth, and as far as police SUV vehicles go, this one is ultimately probably the best. I don't really see a whole lot of other police SUV style vehicles in the game. This one would be awesome as kind of like a different style. Everyone's going to immediately jump to the supercars and the sports cars, but I think this one looks really good too. All right, after that, we've kind of got an old school version of the police SUV. This is in the form of the Declasse Rancher. So this is literally just a straight up Rancher that has been cleaned up. It's got a black paint job and it has the police sirens on the top, in the back windows, and on the front. So I think this looks pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of like a old retro police vehicle that you might see upwards in Paleto Bay or Blaine County or somewhere like that. I think it's simple. I think it's cool. With a couple extra liveries and modifications, I think this could be a potentially an awesome vehicle as well. So that is just the regular SUV. Again, pretty simple stuff, but I do think it would be awesome if Rockstar included kind of more off-road or more like sheriff-style vehicles in a police update as well. All right, the final vehicle we're going to be looking at today, I think I saved the most interesting one for last, and that is the Police Marshal Monster Truck. Monster Truck police variants, and this actually turned out really well. You can see it's in a black and white pattern. It has the police sirens on the front, on the top, and on the back too. I want to say the Marshal Monster Truck is just a lifted version of the Picador, and what's probably my favorite part is the lights on the back. Even though there's technically not sirens, the brake lights actually like start flashing and going crazy and nuts like that. So that's pretty awesome, and obviously you can pretty much run over everything like this. So I hope in an update like this, Rockstar also do some like wacky and fun vehicles like this. A monster truck could be a really good one, for example, and we're only talking about land vehicles in this update. I'm sure Rockstar could do aerial upgrades. They could do a police version of the Swift, or they could do a police version of the Dinghy or the Toro, or a bunch of other vehicles. Like I said, we're just jumping into a few of the mods that are available to add into the game. I'm sure there's so many other amazing and creative ideas that ultimately Rockstar could come up with here to make for an unbelievable DLC. And as you guys are kind of seeing right now, this is a way in which we could potentially store them. We know Rockstar's kind of finicky with police vehicles, so we don't have to store them in our garage. Well, maybe we could store them in somewhere like a vehicle lockup or something like that at a police station where the garage doors actually open in single player. But anyways, that's all the information I've got for you guys in this video today. Let me know which vehicle was your favorite in the comments section down below. Was it the Adder, the Zentorno, the Jester, the Massaro, the monster truck, the tow truck? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.